but not the way I'd imagined. My lecture at the American University had been followed by an unexpected invitation to a crime scene.
Professor Langdon, thank you for coming. I am Captain Bezoufache. Do you know this man?
Jacques Sonnier, the curator of the Louvre. I was supposed to meet him tonight after my speech.
Follow me. It seems Monsieur Sonnier put up quite a fight. So nearly got away.
You should not have run, Monsieur Sonnier. Now, tell me where it is.
Please, I beg you.
Where is it?
All right, I will tell you.
The bars were no defense.
I believe you. The others told me the same.
You saw the photograph, so this should be of no surprise. Feel free to examine the body, Mr. Langdon.
It's a pentacle, one of the oldest symbols on Earth, used over 4,000 years before Christ.
Devil worship.
No, the pentacle is a pre-Christian symbol that relates to nature worship. The ancients envisioned their world in two halves, masculine and feminine. This pentacle is representative of the female half of all things, a concept religious historians call the sacred feminine or divine goddess. Sonnier of all people would know this.
Sonnier drew a goddess symbol on his stomach? Interesting.
The position of his feet reinforces the reference to the pentacle and the sacred feminine.
I beg your pardon?
Replication. Repeating a symbol is the simplest way to strengthen its meaning. Jacques Sonnier positioned himself in the shape of a five-pointed star.
Interesting analysis.
He stripped himself naked, folded his clothes, and put them away from himself?
Pardon?
It's rather meticulous for a dying man. I think he was trying to show us that everything he did had a purpose. Even his nudity may have meaning.
What do you think about the use of his own blood as ink?
Obviously, he had nothing else to write with.
Actually, I believe he used blood such that the police would follow certain forensic procedures.
I'm sorry?
Look at his left hand.
He's clutching a large felt-tip marker. It smells like alcohol.
Sonnier was holding it when we found him. As I told you, we have touched nothing. Are you familiar with this kind of light? As you may know, police use blacklight illumination to search crime scenes for blood and other forensic evidence. So you can imagine our surprise.
What the hell does this mean?
That, monsieur, is precisely the question you are here to answer.
Part of it looks like a numeric cipher.
Yes, our cryptographers are already working on it. We believe these numbers may be the key to who killed him. But the text appears to be an accusation of some sort. Wouldn't you agree?
An accusation against his murderer makes sense, I suppose.
Sonnier was a Frenchman. He lived in Paris. And yet he chose to write this message...
In English?
Précisément, Monsieur Langdon. I have seen a lot of death in my work, and let me tell you something. When a man is murdered by another man, I do not believe his final thoughts are to write an obscure spiritual statement that no one will understand. I believe he is thinking of one thing only. La vengeance. I believe Sonnier wrote this note to tell us who killed him.
But that makes no sense whatsoever. You told me Sonnier was attacked by someone he had apparently invited in. Considering the circumstances, I would assume that if Sonnier wanted to tell you who killed him, he would have written down somebody's name.
Précisément, précisément.
Capitaine.
One moment, please. Oui?
Capitaine, un agent du département de cryptographie est arrivé.
Unacceptable. I made it very clear.
Captain, please excuse the interruption, but
Ce n'est pas le moment.
I have deciphered the numeric code. But before I explain, I have an urgent message for Mr. Langdon.
For Mr. Langdon?
The US Embassy asked that you phone in as soon as possible. While I explain the code to Captain Fash, you need to make this call.
Thank you. Where can I find a phone?
This line is secure. You may use it.
Bonjour, vous êtes bien chez Sophie Neveu. Je suis absent pour le moment, mais...
I'm sorry, Miss Nauvoo. I think you may have given me the wrong...
No, that is the right number. It's the 3-digit code on the paper I gave you.
But...
The embassy has an automated message system. You have to dial an access code to pick up your messages.
She handed
The
me a
numbers
note.
that Sonnier wrote
I
were
should look
in
at that.
plaisanterie numérique.
Your professional assessment of Sonnier's code is that it is some kind of numeric prank?
This code is simplistic to the point of absurdity. Jacques Sonnier must have known we would see through it immediately.
So, you mean to tell me that in his final hours of life, he wrote a cryptologist's joke? I certainly hope you have a much more satisfying explanation than that. I don't know where the hell you are going with this, Miss Nauvoo, but I suggest that you get there fast.
Captain, this sequence of numbers happens to be one of the most famous mathematical progressions in history.
I had never seen them before.
The numbers that Sonnier wrote were une plaisanterie numérique.
Your professional assessment of Sonnier's code is that it is some kind of numeric prank?
Ah, this is the number I'm supposed to call.
It is the Fibonacci sequence, a progression in which each term is equal to the sum of the two preceding terms.
Never heard of it.
Mathematician Leonardo Fibonacci created this succession of numbers in the 13th century. Obviously, there can be no coincidence that all of the numbers Sonnier wrote on the floor belong to Fibonacci's famous sequence.
What is he saying? What does this mean?
Absolutely nothing. That is the point. It's a simplistic cryptographic joke. Like taking the words of a famous poem and shuffling them at random to see if anyone recognizes what all the words have in common.
No, this makes no sense at all. Those numbers must have some relevance to what occurred.
It is the Fibonacci sequence, a progression in which each term is equal to the sum of the two preceding terms.
Monsieur Langdon, do not react to this message. Just listen calmly. You are in danger right now. Follow my directions very closely. Tell Fash the phone message is regarding an injured friend back home. Then ask to use the restroom at the end of the Grand Gallery.
Captain, considering what you have at stake here tonight, I thought you might appreciate knowing that Jacques Sonnier might be playing games with you. Apparently not. I will inform the Director of Cryptography you no longer need our services.
Is everything all right?
An accident. A friend. I'll need to fly home first thing in the morning.
Would you like to sit down?
Actually, I think I'd like to use the restroom.
The restrooms are at the end of the Grand Gallery. Shall I accompany you?
Not necessary. I think I'd like a few minutes alone.
I must return to Monsieur Saunier's office for a moment. Please come find me directly when you are finished in La Toilette. There is more we need to discuss.
Thank God you came. We don't have much time. I wanted to warn you, Monsieur Langdon, that you are sous surveillance cachée, under a guarded observation.
But why?
Because Fash's primary suspect in this murder is you. Look in your jacket pocket. You will find proof they are tracking you. Just look.
What is this?
It's a GPS tracking dot. It continuously transmits its location to a global positioning system satellite that the DCPJ can monitor. We use them to monitor people's locations. It's accurate within 2 feet anywhere on the globe. They have you on an electronic leash in case you decide to run. In fact, they hope you do run, because it would make their case much stronger.
Why would I run? I'm innocent.
Do you recall the 3 lines of text that Saunier wrote on the floor? What you saw was not the entire message. This is a photo of the complete message.
Why would Saunier write this? Was he trying to frame me?
No. He wrote it for me. The numbered code is meaningless. Saunier wrote it to make sure the investigation included cryptographers, ensuring that I would know as soon as possible what had happened to him.
Why you specifically? How do you know it wasn't for some other cryptographer?
PS is the nickname he called me when I lived with him. It stood for Princess Sophie. We had a falling out 10 years ago. Jacques Saunier, he was my grandfather.
Where's Langdon?
Still in the men's room, sir. We are seeing small movements, so the GPS dot is obviously still on him. Perhaps he feels ill. If he had found the dot, he would have removed it and tried to run.
Fine.
What should I do?
Fash will be taking you into custody any minute. I can get you out of here, but we need to act now.
You want me to run?
It's the smartest thing you could do. If you stay, you will spend weeks in a French jail. But if you get to your embassy, then your government can protect you while I prove you had nothing to do with this murder.
Forget it. You need to tell Fash that the message on the floor was for you, and that my name is not there as an accusation.
Fash is convinced you are guilty. The only way to get you out is with a distraction.
The GPS tracking dot?
We need them to think you are running. If we can throw it out the window onto one of the cars going by, I bet a lot of the police would clear out. But the tracking dot does not weigh much more than a gram. See if you can find something to attach it to that would make it heavier.
I can use this.
Soap? That will work. Come, help me open this window.
Alarme! Grande Galerie! Toilette, messieurs!
Where's Langdon?
Still in the men's room. He must have broken the window. I knew it! He is trying to escape.
Quick, Robert! Help me get this window open. Hurry, Robert! Good. Now put the GPS tracking dot inside this soap and throw it out the window.
Finally.
He jumped! I'm showing the signal out on Place du Carousel, outside the bathroom window, and it is not moving at all. Oh, mon Dieu! I think Langdon has just committed suicide.
Here's someone coming. Quick, Robert! Hide!
Wait! No, he is moving! Oh my God! He is alive! Langdon is moving. He must be in a car. I think he is in a car. I can't... Magnon, Pont du Carousel.
Bring my car round. I want to be there when we make the arrest.
O draconian devil. O lame saint. The scrambled Fibonacci sequence is a clue. The numbers are a hint as to how to decipher the rest of the message. He wrote the sequence out of order to tell us to apply the same concept to the text. O draconian devil, O lame saint. Those lines mean nothing. They are simply letters written out of order.
You think this message is an anagram? Like a word jumbled from a newspaper?
Your grandfather's meaning was right in front of us all along, and he left us more than enough clues to see it. Let me see that photo. An anagram is when the letters of a word or words are mixed up to form other words. I'm not sure where to begin.
Well, the most common three-letter word is the.
Saunière was the curator of the Louvre. I wouldn't be surprised if this were an anagram of one of the paintings here.
I think I know what it is. The first letter of the second word is M.
The Mona Lisa, Leonardo da Vinci. I can't imagine how your grandfather created such intricate anagrams in the minutes before he died.
My grandfather probably created these anagrams long ago. What is important is that he wanted me to see something at the painting.
You're going to the Mona Lisa? Now?
I am not the murder suspect. I'll take my chances. I need to understand what my grandfather was trying to tell me.
What about the embassy?
The signs will lead you to a security turnstile. Mine is the car in the employee lot. Do you know how to get to the embassy? Whatever my grandfather was trying to tell me, I don't think he wanted anyone else to find it. As strange as it may sound, I think he wants me to get to the Mona Lisa before anyone else does.
I'll come.
No. We don't know how long the Grand Gallery will stay empty. You have to go now. I will see you at the embassy, Monsieur Langdon. Oh, grand-père, why did you do this to yourself? What was so important that you needed me to see? You always did like to play word games with me when I was little. There is no time for goodbyes right now. I need to know what grand-père was trying to tell me. There is something I need to see in there.
Sorry, Agent Neveu. Our orders are clear. No one is allowed through.
Is there any evidence in there?
Well, not that we know of. Why?
Never mind. Whatever message grand-père hid in there is probably not visible to the naked eye. Perhaps he used the pen he was holding to write a clue. I need to find the UV light.
No. Miss Neveu, nobody may enter, not even you.
If the officer sees me, he will not let me pass. I must sneak by him.
These things are always bright. Do you think Langdon killed the curator?
I don't know. It's so hard to tell with those accidents.
What do you mean?
Well, they get so wrapped up in their theories. means that if anyone tries to counter them, they see red.
So you think Langdon killed Jacksonier over an academic disagreement?
It doesn't seem unreasonable. Throughout history, men have killed in the name of theories and theologies.
You think one person killing another over something that isn't necessarily true is reasonable?
Well, it's certainly excessive, but some men base their entire lives on a single belief. To have it broken down still could infuriate them to the point of murder.
Well, I would disagree with your theory, but I know you are armed, so I will keep my opinion to myself.
Probably for the best. 4 murders are more than enough for the night.
So far, so good. I have to knock out that officer to
You
get
would
to the
think the
evidence
judicial
guard.
police could afford better quality equipment. Well, that test tube is...
I got it.
There you are.
Robert, I told you to get out of here. If Vash...
Where were you?
I had to get the black light. If my grandfather left me a message, I thought I told you to leave.
Why did Seigneur write my name on the floor? P.S. Find Robert Langdon. The letters P.S. may mean Princess Sophie, but do they mean anything else to you? Anything at all?
Yes. I saw the initials PS once, when I was very young.
Sophie, this is crucial. Can you tell me if the initials appeared with a symbol? A fleur-de-lis?
How could you possibly know that?
I'm fairly certain your grandfather was a member of a secret society. The fleur-de-lis combined with the initials PS, that is the Brotherhood's official coat of arms. They call themselves the Priory of Sion. The Priory's membership has included some of history's most cultured individuals. Men like Botticelli, Sir Isaac Newton, Victor Hugo, and more importantly, Leonardo da Vinci. The identities of living Priory members are kept extremely secret, but the PS and fleur-de-lis that you saw as a child would make sense if tonight were Priory related.
There is a lot we need to discuss, but I cannot afford to let them capture you, Robert.
Saunier obviously brought us together for a reason. I'm staying until we figure this out.
Fine, then help me. My grandfather wanted us to see this painting for a reason. There must be a message hidden here.
It smells like alcohol. Where have I smelled that before?
No, this is... What is this?
They look like random symbols.
Nothing my grandfather ever did was random.
Now that you mention it, the arrangement of these symbols seems to indicate word groupings.
An encrypted substitution cipher.
Sophie, cryptology is your specialty. Any ideas?
Well, there are several things that are important to remember, but a lot of it has to do with how common a letter, sound, or word is.
Well, I was wondering if you had anything specific to tell me about this encrypted message.
As you can see, this symbol is the most common one. As a result, I believe it is the letter E.
I still don't get it. Any other ideas?
This word's first and last symbol are the same. This means it is most likely the word that.
Bacchus and Uriel? Bacchus is the god of wine, and Uriel is an angel, if I'm not mistaken.
There is a painting of Bacchus in the Grand Gallery, and Uriel is in Da Vinci's Madonna of the Rocks, which should be in there too. Let's go.
Robert Langdon, you are under arrest!
Wait! Robert is innocent. He did not murder Saunière.
Agent Nauvoo, innocent or not, I have direct orders to arrest Robert Langdon on sight.
I'm sorry, but I can't go to jail until I help Sophie find the real murderer.
You are... working together?
Robert, look out!
Stay right there.
I'll fight him, I have to.
Do not make me hurt you. That knocked him out. Well, I don't see anything special.
Everyone seems to be pointing at something, though. Bacchus points to the right, and Uriel points to the left. In between them, we have John the Baptist, and he's pointing up. There's something up there. On the painting, above John the Baptist.
Give me a boost. Maybe I can reach it. It's Grandpère's ring!
The fleur-de-lis is a symbol of purity, a common reference to the Virgin Mary. But why hide it in the first place? Why not just keep it on?
He was probably worried the police might take it as evidence.
But why?
He wanted us to find it.
Is there an inscription on the ring? A clue?
No, nothing.
I should be out of the streets.
Sophie Nauvoo told him about the GPS dot.
What? Why?
Damn good question. I just heard a recording that confirms she tipped him off.
But Captain, then where is Langdon now?
Have any fire alarms gone off there?
No, sir.
Okay. Langdon must still be inside the Grand Gallery.
Inside? But what is he doing?
Are you armed?
Yes, sir.
Then go. I can't get back to the perimeter for a few minutes, and I don't want Langdon breaking for an exit. Agent Nauvoo is probably in there with him. Handle it. I want Langdon and Nauvoo at gunpoint by the time I get back.
Okay, let's go.
Robert, someone is coming. You must hide. They will see you. This is my grandfather's office. Maybe we can find a clue here.
They are dead. Please pick up. This is Sister Sandrina's Cesopies. They are all dead. The floor has been broken. The other three are dead. Please answer. Where are you?
Your fate was sealed the moment you stood against Manus Dei.
That woman is in trouble. We have to go to Saint-Sulpice and help her.
She knew my grandfather as well, but I don't think he wanted me to go there. None of the clues point to her.
She's in danger, Sophie. Once we find a way out of here, I have to go help her.
Robert, take a look at this. It's research on where all the fleurs-de-lis are in the Louvre.
Interesting. It might be another clue to Saunier's involvement with the Priory of Sion, or perhaps the Priory's involvement with the Louvre. This night has been moved recently. The dust is disturbed around the edges.
I think grandfather moved it so the lamps would point us towards something.
Deux jeunes seraient en train d'allumer un feu au point du pont.
This map of the Louvre. It smells...
It smells like alcohol.
He circled his office?
No, look closer. It is the room next door. The restoration room. There is a vent up above. If you boost me up to it, maybe I can get to the other side. I think we need to search around some more. Maybe we can find a clue here. This should be useful. I cannot make out what the painting is supposed to depict.
Maybe we can remove the dirt. Chemistry isn't my strong suit.
Me neither. What do you think this table is used for? There must be instructions for this somewhere. instructions for creating a cleaning solution. If I can make the solution, I can probably clean up that painting. I should read the instructions. I should read...
The instructions. Yes, you should.
A speaker of enzymes should clean the painting. It seems to be working, but I think we need to spread the enzymes around. The winged victory of Samothrace. That's here in the Louvre.
But why would Saunier want us to go there?
I should be out of the streets.
Find Robert Langdon and Agent Sophie Neveu. They are working together and have eluded us for far too long. We have secured the perimeter once more, but I want all units searching the Grand Gallery immediately.
I have never heard Vash so angry before. There will be cops all over the place. We need to stay out of sight.
Did you not hear? We must get to the Grand Gallery immediately.
What?
Vash's orders.
You can't hide from me.
This panel with the fleur-de-lis has a circular hole in the center, almost as though something was removed.
I remember this from my childhood when I would stay at my grandfather's chateau. He must want us to go to his home for more clues.
False alarm.
rioters.
You know, Langdon is probably halfway to America by now.
Fash does not seem to think so.
Bah, Fash. What does he know?
I would not say such things if I were you.
He has no respect for us. Look where we are patrolling, there is nothing here.
Fash would not have us patrol an area for no reason. You just need to keep your eyes open.
The killer is obviously long gone. I should be Inspector. I never would have let him get away in the first place.
If you were Inspector, half the force would quit from your incessant whining.
Bah!